Okay, I'm on a roll here, so fuck it. Wolf of Wall Street, I got to tell this story. Any excuse. I'm not proud of it, man. This was the start of my real bad period, actually. Well, nah, fuck that. I was balls deep into a bad period when this happened, and this made me not give a fuck about anything. Basically, yeah, when my dad died, I was already really depressed and going through the midlife fucking thing, and I literally couldn't get a hold. And if Liz Hurley in her prime had walked in naked and said, "Hello, baby," I'd say, "Hello, Liz, but not today, hun." I swear. That's how bad I was. And then, it's literally like severe depression cured my sex addiction issues, which were costing me a fucking fortune at the times. I was way or too impatient to play the dating game, mate, a couple of years ago. Still am. Fucking hell, mate. Anyway, um, yeah. When my dad died, he left me 8 grand, and I was convinced I was gonna put 5 grand into the bank. I tried to get in touch with the bank immediately, like, can you please block this so I can't touch it? I did try, didn't try very hard. So yeah, basically, I've been laying in bed for months, just thinking my life is shit, my life's over. I mean, no future, just fucking crying all the time, just feeling like a total fucking pussy. Oh god, the fucking punishment, mate. Worst period of my life. And at that point, like I say, all the women in the world wouldn't have made a fucking difference, man. But as soon as that 8 grand went in the bank, it was the first time I'd seen any money for months. Like, I couldn't go to work, it was too fucked up. That's 8 grand goes in the bank. My dad's inheritance, like, he left it 24 grand between me and my calls himself my father's brother. Yeah, my two brothers. So 24 grand all in all. That's all the poor fucker had at the end. It's more than I've got. But anyway, yeah, he left me the 8 grand, and obviously I hadn't been out, I hadn't partied for a long time. I've always sort of like, escorts have always been a really good option when you can't be asked with like trouble, and if you know what you're doing, you can get really good ones, man. And I respect escorts in a way because at least they're fucking honest and straight up most of them. You know what I mean? Not like these bullshitters that want like you go around there cash, mate. You know what I mean? Phone up in advance, talk on the phone like two adults, like people used to. All this messaging bollocks. Let me just say this quickly. Sorry for the sidetracking, but just as these hustlers go on um, Instagram, Facebook, these like beautiful women that apparently can't get laid, um, and they want money in advance and all that. It's just like I say, I forgot what I was going to say now, but yeah, it's just so dumb. But yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, so basically I've got 8 grand sitting in the bank. I feel like I'm gutted over my dad. I've never grieved before. That's the truth. I was 41, and apart from pets, I never lost anyone that really mattered to me. That's the truth. So I don't know what the fuck I was feeling, man. But all I knew is I'd done 2 phone calls, cab, women, done, mate. I did 2 grand the first night, and the reason I did it primarily is because I was trying to watch The Wolf of Wall Street like a fucking twat by myself. Watching The Wolf of Wall Street when you've got 8 grand in the bank and you're a sex addict and a fucking alcoholic and like a sniff is not fucking smart, man. I got 10 minutes into that movie and I phoned up this woman. I booked her and her friend for fucking 5 plus hours. Basically, I was willing to, and I ended up spending 2 grand to watch The Wolf of Wall Street, which I could have done at home on free for DVD, on DVD at home for free, because I had to snort a line off a woman's ass that night, man. Once I saw Leo do it, I was like, I can do that if I want. In an hour, I can be doing that. And obviously, the night was fucking crazy, and it was fun, and it was mad. And it was wild, because one minute I was crying on these women's shoulders, and they were going, there now. Next minute I was Dirk Diggler in the pair of them, like, it was fucking crazy, man. But as soon as the party was over, I'll tell you what as well, this is nuts, I keep forgetting about this part. I was so fucked up, and we'd be doing coke all night. Because what it is for anyone that lives a sheltered life out there, what they call party girls are the ones that work primarily at night. They sleep during the day, and then they start working at midnight or whatever, and they work right through. And what it is the coke they can get the coke. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. But it's expensive. You know what I mean? They charge extra for the. You know what I mean? Basically, drugs and the alcohol. We ended up getting alcohol delivered, and I got quite a lot of coke, and we did about 4 or 5 grams between us, I think, at least. And she was a fucking trooper, mate. I didn't even know she was high. She was just, whoa, mate. Because her mate came later and joined in a bit, but it was really just the two of us, me and this really nice girl. And even, this was, I can't even go into it, it'll take too long. But yeah, it was a night. But when the night was over, it was like 6 in the morning and I'd run out of cash, but I had money in the bank. I'd already spent 2 grand. And this was still, I still had the plan of putting 5 grand in savings at this point. And I said to her, look, I will leave my wallet here. I'll just take my bank card. You've got my passport. Well, not passport. You've got my driver's license. You've got everything. You know, it matters. She obviously knew I was legit. I said, look, hun, I don't want this party to end, mate. You know what I mean, let's keep going. I'll go and get another couple of thousand. That's how fucking crazy I was. And when you're that high and fucked, you really don't care. That's why it's so easy to go through the money, because in that state, you just don't think straight at all. And she was like, please, mate, you're a top nice man, we've had a great night, but I don't need your money, and you need to go home. Do you know what I mean? And she clearly could have robbed me, mate, and just took advantage, but she didn't, which is pretty crazy shit. And it weren't because she was sick of the sight of me, mate, trust me. She was, do you know what I mean, she would have done it, but we formed a bit of a bond, and I saw her a couple of times after that. But yeah, these women can make you fall in love with them and shit, because they're fucking beautiful, and like, you pay them to be whatever you want them to be. But yeah, it's business at the end of the day. But there has been a few that, under different circumstances, I think they could have had a thing, maybe. I don't know.